So yeah, as I was saying in the previous part, I want to show off a certain feature uh, that the Eternal mode, well, not Eternal mode. I'd call it Eternal mode, but it's jump to the game. But Eternal mode sounds cooler, and it's what you're going to be using anyway when you're playing this. It has sort of like a continuity within its own, and it seems to have its own hidden save slot. Because it does tell you to load a specific memory card at the very beginning of it.
Hmm.
And whatever you do in a chapter will actually affect the other chapters. This is
Oh,
why I picked Lindsay's chapter, because he has the ability to get the Rune of Mantarok, right?
right.
And this is what I'm doing right now. Now, normally, if I were to go to the very last chapter, or, well, any chapter after this one, um, without going to Lindsay's chapter and collecting the Rune of Mantarok,
So
I
is that what
wouldn't have it.
the letterbox is? Is that or whatever you call it?
Is that the runes?
They're just some random runes I found
Oh,
on the
okay.
internet. It's completely unrelated, and I just put it there because it wouldn't let me render at the exact same resolution as the game outputs, which
Oh,
isn't
gotcha.
16 on 9. They're lying. Um, I mean, the GameCube games have so much pillar boxing, it's ridiculous. I don't know why either, because they have more than enough RAM to display things. But whatever. Um, what I mean is, if I were to go to any of the chapters after this one without going to this one first, none of the people would actually have the Rune of Mantarok. They would only have vanilla, like the complete vanilla equipment. So, like, say Alex, if you go to the last chapter immediately, she won't have the magic sword. She will also not have the Rune of Mantarok, and she also will only have like the very basic ammo, very basic guns. None of the extra stuff that you can get in the mansion.
Well, that'd be interesting to see how the fight with the final guy goes if you don't have the magical sword.
You can do it. I've actually done it on, I believe, my second run through of this game. You just always need to remember to enchant your sword with the weakest enchantment.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that often triggers him just loading at this spell and being like, "Well, you can't hit me anymore, Star Fox." um, so yeah, here I needed to disable the traps in order to actually be able to uh, get into the thing, I believe. Or maybe I'm at a completely wrong. No, I'm at the right spot. Because it doesn't let you cast if the mist is activated, no matter what.
Oh, gotcha.
So this is why I needed to return, and this is why I also didn't want to press onto any of the buttons on the way.
Look at that little guy.
Mm-hmm. He's so adorable. Just passing through.
Don't mind me, guys. I'm just grabbing this rune.
But yeah, I show it off at the end. I just quickly load up Alex's last chapter, and there you have the Rune of Mantarok. The same thing would happen if I went to the chapter with the firefighter guy.
Mm-hmm.
It would also that way I could unlock the magic sword. And also, if I were to go to any of the other chapters that happen in the Tower of Flesh before him, and collected the little whatchamacallit, the little statuettes that you need in order to actually unlock the magic sword, I could also do it that way. Although you can also just pick them all up during the final during the last time you visit it. It's not a problem. And now there's a gigantic horror in the room. That's no problem.
Just gotta do some dusting.
Yeah. They do actually point out that you shouldn't be able to shouldn't do this when there are enemies around, but that guy doesn't count.
He's not an enemy. He's your friend, just waiting to happen.
He's not an enemy. He's on a place that you can't reach, so that makes it not count.
I wonder if like all these runes that you put on the side say something like really dirty if you translate them.
I do have the picture with like translations of them. So yeah, here is where they teach you how to make the summon, which I already did. Which is something I absolutely loved in this game. They're not like, oh, you can't possibly know how to... you have to know exactly what the rune means in order to even use it. You have to know exactly what the combination of the two fucking letters are in order to use it. Now, you can... As I have proven in my playthrough, you don't have to even get the codex or get the scrolls in order to get every single magic there is in the game. It's just a completionist's sake if you really want to.
I wonder if people speedrun this game.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I guess there isn't as many skips you could do.
Yeah, it'd be really hard to speedrun because a lot of it's running around clumsily.
Yeah, a lot of it is just running through the same locations a couple times back and forth. Which, I mean, for a game like this, it makes sense how they did it. And honestly, I don't mind the puzzles that they had in it at all because they made use of all of the abilities you had very well as well.
Where's my HD retexturing of Eternal Darkness, huh?
The power of Mantarok is not easily controlled.
What makes you think I want to control it?
And as you see here, also the cutscenes are replaced for each and every mode. If I were on the Zealotov, the flashers would be of the Zealotov kind, and not the Chichurga ones.
Oh, they're flash. They're doing. I get it. They're showing you their genitals.
Well, yes, I made that joke like a million times in the playthrough.
I didn't make
I mean, they really do look like they're flashing you. There's no hiding that.
Oh.
And so, yeah,
you can
here-
tell that this is the good guy because he's got giant mouths and eyes all over him.
Mm-hmm. You can also tell because they all wriggle around and blink and close rapidly.
Mm-hmm.
I love.
He's
I just
just a
love this
Sarlacc.
mod.
I mean, he is a Sarlacc.
I love this. I love the model of Mantarok. It's wonderful. In my for as low texture and basic the graphics are in Eternal Darkness, this looks as disgusting as they could ever have wanted it to look.
They did an excellent job. It reminds me of stuff from Grandia 2, actually.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I actually recently got that because it was on a sale.
Nice.
Do not touch the heart, flesh and bone, lest you become like me, a dead, rotted husk. I have waited many centuries for you. It was not easy hiding from the dark.
That's what they all say.
At first they passed by, not thinking that the heart was inside my dead body. But I was forced to find refuge here. You must seal the heart so it never contacts your flesh, and take it to the gathering of light. Take the heart there, or the world shall fall under a reign of eternal darkness.
Title drop.
Oh, snap.
Veil of
Is that the
light
game we're playing?
Can only be pulled back so far, mortal. Take your stand and fight the darkness.
I always love this scene. it's just so well constructed.
He doesn't really look like he's been affected by anything that's happening. He's like, another heart. I've seen those before.
And this has one of the most hilarious moments in the entire game as well. The book that Grandpa uses to hide the heart of Mantarok. It's just it's the creators had a sense of humor.
They were having a good time with this whole thing.
Yeah.
If only it played a little bit better, then I would play it again.
In my opinion, like once you figure out
Controls wise.
I would say once you figure out the controls, it's not a really hard game.
Oh,
Like,
it's not about how hard it is. It's about how fun it is to play, which for me would be around like having like cool control stuffs you can do. I don't know.
What I mean is, I found the controls to be really fun with what you can do with chopping people's heads off. Because like it's very ineffective if you're actually not chopping off the limbs. It takes forever to do anything otherwise. That is true. But when you're aiming for specific limbs and just chopping them off and whatnot, it's really fun. Especially in some of the levels where you get more interesting equipment, like the grenade launchers.
Yo, you got to shoot the grenade launcher at the foot,
But
obviously.
yeah, as you see, Rune of Mantarok, all here.
They also went more minimalist with the sound design in Eternal Darkness. Like Resident Evil 4, like the music is all really in your face. And all the sounds
Yeah.
really in your face.
This
It's much more
this
ambient.
went more for ambience. There's very few music that you would actually call music. Very few vocal tracks, but everything fits perfectly for it. I mean,
Right.
Resident Evil 4 is also a completely different kind of game. It's more an
Yes.
action game than it is a horror really.
Yes.